Hi guys, it's Brittany. So in today's video I'm going to be going in depth and showing you how I created this eye look. The first step is soap brows, so I'm just taking my Pears soap, I just wet it with a facial spray and then I scrub my spoolie in there. I always make sure that my spoolie is fully coated in product. I'll run that through my eyebrows and flatten it with my finger, and my eyebrow hairs are quite stubborn so I do like to repeat these steps quite a bit. Now I'm just priming with my Plouise Rumour #1 base, and I take this on like a dense fluffy brush. As I said in my previous video, I prefer to just blend the base into the eyebrow rather than carving it out, just because when I do use the soap brows there's a bit of residue around the eyebrows and the Plouise base doesn't sit on top of it that great, so it just works a bit more seamlessly to blend it into it. As you can see, I do bring out my primer quite far just because this is quite a blown out look and it stops you messing up your eyeshadow when you apply your base. Today I'm going to be using the ABH Norvina Volume 2 and 4 palettes. The first shade I'm taking is E4 from the 4th palette, and that is just with an ABH palette brush. So as you will see, I'm splitting my eye up into 3 sections, so I'm just packing this shade onto the inner portion and I'm just leaving a soft edge so that it's easier to blend later on. And here I am slightly overlapping into the next section, but I'm mainly focusing on the inner portion. For the next portion I'm taking B2 and C3 from the 2nd palette. This is just like a purpley toned blue. I'm just using another ABH palette brush and just the same techniques as before, just patting and leaving a soft edge. I'm taking the previous ABH palette brush and just patting the 2 sections together with no extra product. For the 3rd section I'm taking B5 on that same blue brush, just flipped over to the other side, and just the same techniques as before. Next up we are blending, and I'm using C4 from the 4th palette on a tiny blending brush. I'll put the brushes up on screen so you can see them. I'm just blending the middle portion but slightly overlapping to the other 2 as well. Using the same techniques and another small blending brush, I'm just going in with E5 on the first section we did. With these brushes I'm using a very light hand, barely even touching the skin, just as though I'm scratching or tickling the edge of the shade we laid down first. Just switching back to the previous brush to help blend with no extra product. Now I'm taking C2 from the 2nd palette on another tiny blending brush, and just the same techniques, I'm just softly blending that edge from the first shade we laid down and slowly building up the next colour, that C2 really like warm blue shade. So here I'm just taking the original brushes and the original eyeshadow shades just to re-intensify that colour, as obviously when you blend you do kind of lose that first shade you put down, and I'm just using a patting and dragging type motion just with all of the brushes, so I'm patting it down and dragging towards the actual eye. Next up, on another one of them tiny blending brushes, I'm using a mixture of B1 and B3 from the 2nd palette. I'm just using this to blend out some of the 3rd portion and just to add another colour. So just starting off with little amounts and a lot of blending, a lot of circular motions and wind wiper motions too. So like I said, I'm just taking little amounts each time just to try and build up that colour and get it blended seamlessly with the blue. Next I'm taking a bigger and flatter fluffy brush and I'm just patting on the shades A2 and B1, again from the 2nd palette, just to kind of blend it into my temple. So I just went back in with a mixture of C2 and B5 just to blend between the blue and green, just to bring back some of that blue shade. As you can see, I do keep looking at the other eye just to make sure they are even, and I did notice there was a bit more blue on the other one, so I was just bringing that back out. Now just going back with the small green brush that we used and the green shades, and you'll notice a lot of the time I'm going back and forth between brushes and shades in this video. So here I'm using a really big fluffy brush and just blending D2 from the 4th palette into the inner portion, just into the bridge of my nose area. So now that I'm pretty much happy with the whole blend, I'm going to go in and darken all of the original shades just with the original brushes. I'm using all of the original shades, but I'm just mixing them with E5 from the second palette, which is a black. And again, I'm just using the patting and dragging technique. So I will pat it and then I'll drag towards the eye rather than out from the eye. So I will concentrate the colour on my brush to the crease area and then pat and drag the edge towards my eye. And then I'm just switching back to the small fluffy brushes and I'm just going over all the edges with the second darkest shade that we used. I'm just going to go back in around all of the edges and softly blend with the circular motions. I'm going to be taking the Weirdo liquid lipstick from Joshcosmetics just as a black base for my pigment. As you can see on the other eye, I used a green pigment. I just put the liquid lipstick on my eyelid and patted it out with a fluffy brush. Because I'm using the liquid lipstick for a base for the pigment, I don't need any pigment glue or glitter glue or anything like that, because before I let the liquid lipstick set, it is a little bit tacky, so I just pack it straight on and it sticks to it. I'm taking a pigment from Peaches and Cream, and this one is in the shade Rattlesnake, and it's like a green to gold shift, but with the black base you kind of only see the green, which is what I'm going for because I am wanting more of a green pop. Don't really like the gold base behind it, but I still love the pigment. So like I said, I'm just patting that pigment onto the liquid lipstick as it is a little bit tacky. So I'm taking no extra pigment on the brush, just to tap over the edges just so there's no harsh lines. Next, I'm taking a heavy metal glitter liner from Urban Decay. This one's in the shade Distortion, and I'm just patting that all over where we put the pigment just to make it pop. With this product, I like to apply one layer, let that dry, and then apply another one. It just works best that way. Now I'm just priming my lower lash line, and I always feel like I can never get a good shot of me doing anything on my lower lash line because my head always just wants to go down. I started off with the ABH palette brush with C3 from the second palette mixed with E4 from the fourth palette, just all the way along the lower lash line, blending with the shades from above. For lashes, I use Triple Threat from Tatti lashes. Then for my lower lash line, I'm using Limelight Acid Rain Paint from Plouise. I didn't film me doing this because, like I said, I can't get a good shot of my lower lash line, but I kind of showed you what I did. So I didn't film my whole base because you did see it in my previous video, and it is basically the same product. I'm just using a different blush, different highlighter and different lipstick, so I thought I'd show you those. This is Lots of Love blush from Jordanaticiacosmetics, and it is a glowy blush. It's more of a peachy tone with a bit of a gold sheen to it. Then I'm using Tinkefell from Joshcosmetics, again just like my last video. You can probably tell from my face, but no matter how many times I put this highlighter on, it still shocks me how pigmented it is and how blinding it is. Just look at that. Now I've got my base all laid down, I'm just taking A2 and B1 from the second palette on that fluffy brush that I used before and just blending that up into my temple just to kind of make it more seamless into my base. And I'm doing the same with the inner corner. I'm just using D2 on the same fluffy brush as before. For my inner corner highlight, I'm using A1 from the second palette, just packing that all over the inner corner. Then I'm going to apply the Peaches and Cream Mermaze pigment, which is just a beautiful glossy straight up blue, and I'm using the ABH glitter glue underneath that so it really pops. As you can see, this pigment is super glossy and shiny and glittery. I absolutely love it. I thought that I was done here, so I was just showing off the eye look, but then I decided to use that distortion shade and add a brow bone highlight. I really quite like these for a brow bone highlight. So for lips, I'm going in with the Morphe liquid lipstick in the shade Taunt, and I did just give it a sniff because it's the first time I was using it and I've never used one of their liquid lipsticks before, and it smelled really nice. I was just going to straight up apply it, but then I had to smell it because I could smell it from where it was and it just was lovely, just to let you know. Next, I'm just going in with the Frose lip gloss from Morphe, and their formula is just so nice. It's slowly becoming my favourite formula of lip gloss, and as you could see, there's so many nice little glitters in this lip gloss. It is absolutely stunning, and I will put my Morphe code on screen so you can save some money, and I'll put it in the description as well. But yeah, this is the look basically all complete. I know I did leave quite a lot of clips in and I didn't speed it up as much, but I wanted it to be a lot more in depth than my other videos so you could really see the techniques that I use. But I hope you enjoyed. I'll link my socials down below. Please do go check them out. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.